Hey everyone, welcome to Sunrise, Florida. We're here at Strikers Lanes, the best bowling center down here in South Florida. And as you can see, I've got the retro Columbia 300 shirt on. I actually still have this. I'm sitting in my closet. I keep it around for a rainy day, and it is raining down here in South Florida today. So with that, we are going to take a look at a ball I can't wait to throw. Because I am really big on Columbia's line of retro balls. The Piranhas, the Cudas, the Messengers. I love them all. And today we've got a new one, and you might remember this if you bowled in the late 90s, early 2000s. It's called the Ricochet. And the Ricochet was a very, very popular ball back 25 years ago. It was a pearl, which it is now again. Columbia's recreated the cover. And if you remember that cover, the cover was really cool on this ball because it kind of had that mica finish where it was kind of a little textured. And Columbia's actually recreated that. They've got the HK22C with the cohesion additive in what they call the Microflex cover. And I'll put a picture up on the screen of a close-up I took with my cell phone camera, and you can actually see the texture that's in the cover of this ball. Also, the surface prep of this ball is kind of unique. It's a 500 Sea Air finish. Not 1500, not 2000, it's at 500. But then they shine it with compound, and then on top of the compound they use polish. So I don't know that they've ever actually done that before, but I don't know. I have no idea what it's going to do. I'm expecting a big hooking ball. It's symmetric. You can see I laid it out with the pin above my fingers. I am not a two-hander. I use my thumb. This for me is about 5 1/4, almost 5 1/2 from my PAP. I'll put the exact layout up at the top of the screen when you see the shots go down the lane. I mean, if you look, you can still see the yellow line on the ball. Like I said, I haven't thrown it yet. So I'm dying to throw this and see what it does. I'm expecting good things from it. So let's go out on the lanes and we'll do some retro action for you today. All right, so first shot with the Columbia Ricochet. Like I said, I'm dying to see what this ball does. So I'm just gonna put my foot on the big dot. That'll be 20, middle dot board. And I don't know, I'll aim somewhere between the second, third arrow, I don't know. See where it goes, and then we'll just adjust. Ooh, okay, so we've got a lot of length. The back end is a bit smoother, as we kind of expected, because of the 500 finish with the texture and the polish and compound over it. So you've got length and definitely control, but you can see by the pin action, a whole lot of power. So I'm going to throw a couple more there, and we'll see what happens. Okay, it probably picks up and reads the lane better than any pearl ball I can remember. Probably because of the texture and the surface, as we said. So it's almost like it's a hybrid in a lot of ways, but I feel like it's going to get more length than a hybrid, and probably will have a little more back-end energy savings for a little more power. So if you're looking for a ball in between a pearl and a hybrid, this might be a ball to look at. So, all right, let's do one more around there. Oh, I got that further right. All right. Definitely came back from there. So the house shot here is just your typical house shot. Bunch of oil in the middle, bunch of dry on the right, but there's not in this bowling center an unlimited out of bounds to the right. If I get it to the one board or the two board, it's not coming back from there here. So for that ball to read that part of the lane in this building is actually pretty impressive. All right, let's throw one more there. Maybe I'll intentionally miss right. I don't know. All right. A lot of power. Definitely hits really well. Reads the back end well. But yeah, it's almost like it's a hybrid, but it's not. That's my first initial impressions. I don't know, maybe I start taking some of my other pearl balls and just sand them down to 500 and then compound and polish over them. See what they do. Maybe it's only possible because of the Microflex cover, the texture. Like it was like mica back in the day or something. I don't know, but I don't remember. All right, let's move my feet a bunch left. Just go 5 left with my feet. So now normally a pearl ball in this building would not hook this early in the day because this is a fresh shot. So we'll see if this one does. All right, it got back to the pocket. Didn't quite have the giddy up. Maybe it's reading a little too early. So I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. See if I can get that ball to strike. I mean, the core seems really strong. Like the 0.054 differential makes it flare a bunch. And the 248 RG does get it to rev up early. And you can see it's not like your typical symmetric reaction. This almost has the shape of an asymmetric ball where it's straightening out a little bit. So it's interesting. You don't see a lot of symmetric pearls that roll like asymmetric hybrids. It's actually really close kind of to what my theorem does, my track theorem. So all right, let's throw another there and a little slower, see what happens. All right. So what do you guys think so far? Drop a comment below, let me know. And I know I throw the ball a little harder than most people do. So for me, slow is like for everybody else normal. That's fine, you know. Everybody's got their own style, right? But I can see this ball being really useful. Like wet dries, I bet this is one of the only pearl balls that can handle wet dry really well. Because of the way it reads the oil and doesn't uncontrollably hockey stick on the back. There we go. A little more in the oil and a little slower and the ball loops better and gets the 10s out. So, as you would expect from a pearl ball, it does a little better when you move left. But it reads better than most pearl balls. All right, I'm gonna keep my feet there and now I'm just gonna move my target left and see what happens when I intentionally miss into the oil where it should not hook at all. So this one should just go dead straight and probably wash out, but we'll see if this ball does it also. Maybe a little too far left, but it definitely read the back. Let's move a little more left and see what happens when I do one of my favorite things, which is the fade backs, where you play really far left, but you don't get it right. You just kind of ride the dry line or the oil line. Usually good for like a 6th, 7th, 8th game of a long tournament. But there's no way this should work now. So I'm gonna go another 7 left with my feet. Yeah, that's too early for that. Definitely too early for that. Maybe if I kept it a little tighter, it would work. All right, we'll try one. We'll try one, keeping it a bit tighter. See if I can get that to wrinkle. Reset pins. All right, one more from there, then I'm gonna move back and do a couple of ball comparisons because I've got one ball with me that I want to see how it stacks up with. So I'm going to stand on 29. How's that? Sure. Ooh, wow. It read that. Huh. Okay then. That's impressive. That should not have hooked from there. You do not see a lot of pearl balls that do what this ball is doing. I can tell you that right now. And I'm gonna see if that's actually true or not, because I am gonna now throw my Columbia Messenger Power Core, the black gold pearl one, which I've been throwing a lot when the lanes start hooking. So I'm going to try to throw this ball in the same place and see what this one does. So I'm going to stand on 29 again. And we'll try to throw it in the same place and see if we're not bad. Maybe we can do that. Yeah, you can see how that one barely tickled the head pin and was absolutely not solid in the pocket like the Ricochet was. Ricochet definitely reads earlier. I really want to see this surface and this cover stock with the Microflex on more bowling balls. I want to see the 500 compound then polish on some more bowling balls. All right, so one more with the Messenger. And then we'll go back to the Ricochet. That's what it should do. That's what a pearl ball should do on a fresher oil when you play that far left. That is exactly correct. It doesn't hook enough, it doesn't read early enough, it doesn't hit the pocket. So let's go back to the Ricochet. So 29. Yeah, look at that. Look at how much better that reads than the Messenger. It's a stronger cover stock because it wants to read. The texture, the 500 grit makes it want to read, still has energy to carry. So definitely one of your earlier hooking pearl balls. So if you're looking for a pearl ball that has more control, is a little smoother, check out this Ricochet. I get the feeling this is going to be exactly what you're looking for. If you have a slower ball speed and you don't like using dull bowling balls, but you still want something that's going to hook, this might actually be a good ball for you because it's got length with the shiny cover, but it's still going to be able to read a bit. All right, so I'm going to move, what's this? 3 back to the right, so I'm on 26 now. Definitely a smoother type of pearl. This rolls like a hybrid. Like it's uncanny. It has more length than a hybrid, but it's definitely smoother than a pearl and earlier than a pearl. If that's what you're looking for, if pearl balls go too long for you and you need something that goes a little longer than a hybrid, but still gives you some back end, yeah, I think this ball might be exactly what you want to look for. High rev players will probably love this if you're high speed because it'll give you some length and still read the lane a bit. All right, let's try that again. I'm going to look a little right. Nope, a little too far right. We're putting this ball to the test. We are going to see what it can do, and we're going to see what it can't do. It can't cover a whole lot of boards if you throw it hard. It just isn't that type of ball. I'll tell you what though, if you're somebody who's a little older and you had one of these original Ricochets, this is going to remind you a lot of that ball. They're very, very similar. Because even the original Ricochet had that ability to read lanes a little earlier than pearls did because of the textured cover. There we go. Hit it. Oh, baby. Made the pins ricochet. The ball lives up to its name. All right, we'll do one more and then we'll wrap it up. I think you guys kind of see what this ball's got. Oh, we wheeled that right. That was a horrible shot. Still struck. Columbia Ricochet, ladies and gentlemen. So that's my review of Columbia's new Ricochet. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, or drop a comment in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you've got any questions, I answer pretty much every question I get. So throw that down in the comments. And until next time, we'll see you later. Have a great rest of your week.